Sometimes dreams sound too big for small towns. Sometimes reality feels too small for your ambitions. Today, I'll tell a story about someone who dared to cross an ocean for his dream. About how a young man from a small Central Asian town where sand and steppe are lifelong companions not only survived in America, but built the life he'd been dreaming of since childhood. His name is Amir, and he always said to himself, if someone else could do it, then I can too. We shift to a small town in the heart of Central Asia. Imagine dusty streets where kids play soccer between old homes, vineyards, the smell of saffron, and marketplace chatter, and everyone knows each other's name. Amir grew up in an ordinary family. His father was a mechanic, fixing cars his whole life. His mother was a nurse, spending long nights on duty. Money was always tight. Father in the garage and asked, Dad, why can't we rest? His father would smile and say, Son, work now, rest later, work is our future. Amir had a little hideaway. He'd sit under an apricot tree and draw. His drawings show white houses with long windows, beautiful cars, and people in suits. He drew his future. Amir knew from childhood he wanted something bigger. He watched Western movies in an old video hall and saw skyscrapers. He heard legends about people who moved abroad and succeeded, and he decided he would be one of them. He was ingenious in school, but he loved English. He wrote down new words, practiced in front of the mirror, even talked to himself. My name is Amir. I live in the USA. It was just a game then. In his final year of school, Amir heard about an exchange program. A university in the U.S. was accepting international students with partial scholarships. Requirements, good English, a motivational essay, tests, and covering the rest of the costs. His family had no savings. But Amir didn't give up. He worked at the market, repaired bikes, gave younger kids English lessons. He saved every coin. He wrote to charity organizations. One night when everyone was asleep, Amir sat down and wrote his essay, lit a candle so he wouldn't wake his family. He wrote everything about the steppe, his dreams, his mechanic father and nurse mother. He ended it with, I want to prove that a boy from a small town can change his destiny. Several months later, a letter arrived. The English words blurred together are accepted. Amir boarded a plane for the first time. As it lifted above the clouds, he pressed his head to the window and quietly said, Goodbye, my town. Hello, new life. Amir greeted him with cold, both in weather and people. Here, no one knew who Amir was. People were always in a hurry, and they didn't look each other in the eye. His accent drew smiles. He lived in a tiny dorm room, a bed, a desk, a lamp, an old laptop. He cooked discounted noodles, remembering his mother's dishes, but he kept saying, this is temporary. This is the beginning. During the day, Amir studied economics, marketing, entrepreneurship. He sat in the front rows, asked a lot of questions. At night, he worked in the library sorting books. He saved for rent, food, textbooks, and saved whatever he could for his future business. Free time, he listened to entrepreneur podcasts, read biographies of Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, took notes. A quote hung on his wall, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Amir joined a gym. He didn't just build muscle, he cleared his mind. Sports helped him handle stress and loneliness. In the mirror, he saw someone changing. Not just on the outside, but inside too. At 23, Amir graduated. He decided to stay in the U.S. His family cried on Zoom. Joy at his success mixed with sadness at the distance. He knew going home now would mean giving up. During his first 2 years after graduation, he worked various jobs. Office manager, marketer, then analyst. Days blurred together. But in the evenings, he kept dreaming. He opened a notebook and wrote, 1, start my own business. 2, work for myself, not for someone else's dream. 3, create the home I imagined. 4, find a partner who shared his values. For his business, a food delivery service for his diaspora, he noticed his compatriots had trouble finding traditional foods. He collected recipes, arranged cooks, launched a website, but he had no logistics experience. Food spoiled, clients complained, money bled out. After 8 months, he shut it down. Debt, $6,000. Pain. Amir sat in an empty office and wrote to himself, this is a lesson, not the end. Second business, online conversational English courses. He thought he could help other immigrants, but he skipped marketing and competitors' research. He had 3 students. 2 months, again, no profit. The wall seemed gray, but he said, I'm moving on. Third business, phone and electronics repair. On paper, it seemed a good idea. He was good with electronics. He rented a small wake shop and bought tools. But licensing issues, expensive parts, no clients, income barely covered rent. A year later, he turned in the keys. Third failure. Amir looked around the empty store with tears. He called his father. Dad, I can't make this work. His father replied, Son, I believe in you, not for the money, for your dream. Keep going. That sentence turned everything. Amir realized he'd been building businesses for money, not for people, and he decided the fourth attempt will be different. Sitting at night in his room, Amir remembered himself at 19. Back then, he saw simple steps to find work in the U.S. Legal jobs, freelance work, part-time gigs, things uni don't even know about. He understood there were thousands like him once. They needed help. The idea created an online platform that helps immigrants find remote work and side jobs. Not just listing openings, but guiding step by step. How to fill out a form, how to talk to employers, how to write a resume. He called it step work. He started with 12 clients. He personally guided each of them. They were grateful. They earned their first income and told others. 3 months later, there were 50 users. He hired an assistant. He added online courses, coaching sessions, a job database. One day, a woman who found a job and got out of debt, thanks to him, posted a TikTok. It went viral. His site crashed under the traffic. He borrowed money and invested in servers. Soon, there were over 300 clients, then more than 1,000. A big investor reached out. Amir was cautious. He wanted to keep the soul of the project. 2 years later, Stepwork was worth more than $1 million. Amir achieved what he dreamed of under that apricot tree. But now it wasn't just money. It was a business built on helping others. Amir bought a car. Not the most expensive, but the one he long imagined. He rented a house with panoramic windows. He got a dog, the one he wanted as a kid. Most importantly, he proposed to Layla, whom he met at a business networking event. She was an architect. She had her own dreams and drive. They looked in the same direction. One evening, Amir sat on the balcony. The city lights reflected in his eyes. He took a sip of tea, sighed, and said into the night, Thank you. Thanks to my younger self for not giving up. This story isn't about how to get rich, not about a magic success formula, and not about random luck. It's about perseverance, about hard work that no one sees, about failures that didn't break him, about kindness and helping others, because in his fourth venture, Amir thought about people, not profit, about the support of his family. His parents' words gave him strength, about a dream drawn in a kid's mind that led him for decades. You might be sitting right now thinking, this is just a movie. It doesn't happen to people like me. But Amir's story is real, and it reminds us dreams have power, even when they sound foolish to others. Failures are lessons, not sentences. If he'd given up after the third failure, you never hear the story. People are capable of more than they think. Who would guess that a boy from the steppe would learn a new language, find the funds, endure loneliness, and build $1 million business? If Amir did it, why not you? Ask yourself today, what stopped me, and why can't I start again? Maybe your story is only just beginning. And in a few years, yours will be the one inspiring others to not give up. In your hands lies your destiny. The road may be long and hard, but each step brings you closer to the life you once saw in your dreams.